and welcome to our new video where we discuss about the summation of series by definite integral. In my just previous video you saw how to solve definite integral as a limit of sum. Just reverse of this, we have one definite integral and we convert that definite integral into a series, and then with the help of summation of series we can solve that question. Just reverse now. We have a given series 0 to n term series, then we convert that series into definite integral with upper and lower limit, and we integrate that integral, we will get the solution. So for this process, say in my previous video you saw a to b fx dx is equal to limit h tends to 0, h summation r going from 0 to n minus 1, or we can say r going from 1 to n, fx a plus rh is equal to this integral where n h is equal to upper limit minus lower limit, means b minus a. If we consider one very special case, if a is equal to 0 means lower limit of given integral is 0 and upper limit is 1, in that case nh is equal to 1. If nh is 1, it means h is 1 by n. It means if h is going to h tends to 0, then in this case n tends to infinity because n is reverse of h. Now we substitute these value in our given formula. So this limit n tends to infinity, at the place of h we replace 1 by n, summation r going from 1 to n, f of a is 0 plus r, h is 1 by n is equal to 0 to 1 fx dx. It means if we have any series like this in this format, then our integral is 0 to 1 fx dx. Now we have to solve some series with this, means series is convert into definite integral and then we integrate it. So there is some working rule I can show you step by step. Working rule are like that. First, determine the rth or r minus 1 term of series. Means whatever the series is given, step 1 we have to find out the tr or tr1 means general term of that series. So first we have to find out the general term. Step 2, express it as 1 by n, f by n, r by n, means that whatever that term will come we have to express 1 by n at one place and our function is in form of r by n, because in integral we have to replace 1 by n is dx, 1 by n by dx and r by n by x, because we compare with this function of r by n is x. So replace r by n with x and this 1 by n with this dx. So we have first step, find the general term. Second, express it as 1 by n and function in r by n. Third, we have to reduce this limit n tends to infinity 1 by n, summation r going from 0 to n minus 1 or r going from 1 to n, f of r by n. Then we have to replace limit is replaced by integral, this limit replaced by integral, this 1 by n gives replaced by dx, and function of r by n means that is replaced by x, so that given by function of x. Next step we have to find the upper and lower limit of that question, that series. So for lower limit and upper limit, determine for lower limit n tends to 0, r by n. With this term we have to find out the limit where r is going 0 or 1. means we have to decide this with the first term of this series. If in first term r is 0, then we substitute here r is equal to 0. If in first term r is equal to 1, we have to substitute r is equal to 1. We will get the lower limit. Similarly for upper limit, same term, limit n tends to r by n, and we have to decide this r with last term. Where last term is given, there r is either n or n minus 1. Where n minus 1 is the last term. If n is last term, then we have to replace this r by n, or if n minus 1 is last term, then we have to replace this r by n minus 1. We will get the upper limit. After that, just solve the definite integral. So these are the working rule for definite integral as a limit of sum. Now we just go through one example so you can better understand how to solve summation of series by definite integral. Just I show you. One very simple example. With this definite integral, we can very easily summation of series. We can solve many series with this definite integral. We convert into integral and very easily we can solve it. So express the following one question. Express the following series limit of a sum with form of definite integral. Our given series is limit n tends to infinity 1 by 1 plus n plus 1 by 2 plus n plus and so on, and last term is 1 by 2 n. Clear? So we have to first step determine r or r minus 1 term, tr general term. Rth term is you see summation. If we determine only rth term, then that r term is 1 by r plus n. See, first term, this is first, this is second, then third term is, first is 1 plus 1 by n, second is 1 plus 2 by n, third is 1 by 3 plus n. So r is 1 by r plus n. Clear? So this is our rth term. Second, we have to express it as 1 by n f of r by n. So for 1 by n, if we taking n outside, what is there? R by n plus of 1. We have to taking n outside. Now function converting to n 1 by n. Step second. Step third. Reduce the series to the form this. So now this is general term. We have to write this in summation format. So our series given by limit n tends to infinity, limit n tends to infinity, this 1 by n summation r. R is going, see, in first term r is 1. So r is going from 1 to last term. This is n plus n. 2n means n plus n. So r is going from 1 to n f of r by n. R by n is this. So f of r by n. Clear? At the place you write f of r by n, or you write the function 1 by r by n plus 1. Now we have to complete step third. Fourth step, limit replaced by integral, this replaced by x, and 1 by n replaced by dx. Our integral becomes, but before that, first we have to find out the upper and lower limit. So in this case, we have to find out the upper and lower limit. See, just lower limit. For lower limit, limit n tends to infinity, term is r by n. Now for this case, for first term, r is 1 by 1. So this gives, at the place of r, we substitute 1. Now when we apply n tends to infinity, 1 by infinity means 0. So lower limit is 0 and upper limit, limit n tends to infinity, r by n. In this case, our upper limit last term is n plus n, 2n. So means last term gives r, value of r is n. So we replace this r with n. So n by n is 1. So this upper limit is 1. Clear? Lower limit 0, upper limit 1. Now next step, we have to replace our summation of series with definite integral, last form. So our definite integrals becomes integral this summation and this limit and summation combinedly 0 to 1. This function is what? This function is what? This function is 1 upon r by n plus 1. R by n is x plus 1 and this 1 by n gives dx. So now our integrals becomes, definite integrals becomes 0 to 1, 1 upon x plus 1 dx. Just integrate it. When you integrate, this is log of 1 plus x or x plus 1, limit going from 0 to 1. So this gives log 2 minus of log 1. Log 1 is 0. So log of 1. So answer given by log of 2 means that summation of that series is given the solution log 2. We can solve. First we reduce the integral, we can solve. If you go by this steps, you can easily find the solution. Step 1, find the general term. Step 2, convert that general term in 1 by n, r by n. Step 3, convert that given series in r by n with the help of general term, with the help of summation of series. If first we make the summation, just find out upper and lower limit, put there and you will get the required definite integral. One more solution we can solve, one more series, same. It's very simple topic and scoring also. If limit n tends to infinity, 1 by root n, this is 1 plus 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 3 plus dot 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 plus 1 by root of n. Means our last term, first term is this term, nothing is there, it means obvious 1 by root 1, 1 by root 1, 1 by root 2, 1 by root 3, 1 by root n. It means if you want to find out solution, TR step 1 general term or R term is 1 by root R and this n is with every term, so 1 by root R root n. So our general term is root R root n. Again we have to find out this in 1 by n, R by n. So if we divide this by root n, so this root n square means multiply with n and divide with n. So this term 1 by n and this gives r by n, means our reduce is 1 by r root of r by n. General term we have to reduce in this form. Next step, find out the lower and upper limit. Lower limit is limit n tends to infinity r by n. See here, r first term r is 1. So this is 1 by n. When n applies, it gives 0. Similarly, upper limit, like previous question, limit n tends to infinity r by n. When r is in last, r is root n is n. So this is n by n is 1. So upper limit is 1, lower limit is 0. Clear? Now